serious about finding someone to actually build life with, here is something worth knowing. How a man acts in the first hour of the date tells you how he's going to treat you down the road. The other day, I went on a first date with quite an attractive, good-looking gentleman, and a few things happened that allowed me to decide whether I wanted to go on a second date with this person. The first thing, I was about 5 minutes late and I had texted him that I was on my way. And as I was pulling up into the parking lot, he called me sounding annoyed. The second thing was that when we sat down in the restaurant, there was this tension in him, like he was on edge with everything around him. And I started getting to know him a little bit, asking him some questions about his life, his interests, about what keeps him busy in life. So the third red flag for me was that he didn't really like the job he was doing. And when I asked him, why not find something that you actually enjoy doing, he said that he was just too old for that, and he's only like 50 years old. The fourth thing was his personal life. He went through a divorce about a year ago, and I could feel that he still carried some disappointment and hurt from that experience inside of him, which is of course understandable. But in that case, wouldn't it be better to give yourself some time and space to just recover from that whole experience instead of exploring other opportunities with other ladies? Fifth, he shared that he didn't really have friends whose company he enjoyed. The people around him, in his words, just weren't on his level. But if that's really true, why not go find people whose company you actually enjoy instead of putting down the ones that you already have in your life? The sixth sign for me that was that he didn't really have hobbies or interests either. Nothing that lit him up. And that tells you something too. A person like that usually doesn't have much of a world inside him where he feels good, where he feels home. And something that kind of shook me up a bit was when the pot of tea that we ordered came into our table. I poured his cup first to show him some respect as a man and said that he should go first. And instead of saying thank you, his first instinct was to joke that I was probably testing if the tea was poisoned. And I thought to myself, why does his mind go there first? Why is the first thing he reaches for is something dark instead of thank you? None of that, of course, makes him a bad person, but there is something to consider. Pay attention to how a man behaves, not just what he tells you about himself. If he complains a lot, if he's already given up on things, if nothing in his life lights him up, if he doesn't put any effort with the people in his life, that tells you exactly what it is going to feel like to be with this person in the future. Whatever energy he's carrying right now is the energy that will eventually land on you. So don't just look at his height, his job, or how good he looks across the table. Watch how he carries himself. Ask him things, let him talk, and pay attention to how you feel sitting there. Do you feel light or do you feel heavy? That feeling is telling you something important. What do you find yourself paying attention to on a first date? I would love to hear.